Welcome. Today we're going to talk about my latest keyboard. I think you've seen it in a couple of videos. This one here. This is the And Pro 2 by, I guess, And Pro? I don't actually know who it's by. Yeah, it says And Pro on the back. So there you go. Buckle up, let's talk keyboards. Now this is actually like my third mechanical keyboard. I've got an Acco 3068, which is like a 65%. And I've got a Keychron K2, which is like a 65 plus, I guess, because it's got a full function row across the top. And the Acco 3068 has a full arrow keys. This And Pro 2 is a 60% keyboard. So what you'll notice is that there is no arrow keys on it. See? No arrow keys, just shift, what is that? Shift, function 1, function 2, and control. That's what it's got. Now, those keys actually, right, shift, function 1, 2, and then control, do actually act as arrow keys. The way they do that is if you tap on them real quick, then they act as arrow keys, and if you hold them, they turn into the regular key that they are. Ultimately, I found that to be 99% of the arrow keying I need, and every once in a while I wish that I had an arrow key, and I don't, because it doesn't repeat. So I just have to hit it a whole bunch instead. But realistically, you can use Option to on Mac or on iPad to skip a word, or Command to skip an entire sentence or to skip an entire line. And then actually, I use Vim a lot for most of my coding. So in that case, I just use the built-in Vim keys, JKL, and they repeat properly. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff you can do in Vim to like grab text. In addition to the cool arrow key thing, one of the big things that actually bugged me about the Keychron and the Acco 3068 is they were not programmable. So if they didn't have a key on them that did the thing you wanted, it just didn't happen. Now you notice this keyboard at 60% does not have a media row, but it is fully programmable. So on my second layer, I mapped the numbers and like your plus and minus sign to be all the media keys that I need, right? Start, stop, fast forward, or skip track, volume up, volume down. That's it. Function 1, and then any of those keys will do stuff for me. Perfect. Has everything that I need. One note, if you're Dvorak though, I was super excited to I'll actually have a keyboard and I'll turn it into a Dvorak keyboard like at the software level because it's programmable. And that actually is a bad idea, especially if you've set your operating systems to be Dvorak or to be Dvorak. So what it does is the operating system intercepts a Dvorak key, which it thinks is a QWERTY key, and converts it to Dvorak. So there's like a double conversion and things don't come out right. What I ended up doing was grabbing grabbing the standard Mac OS profile, installing that on it out of the configurator, which is super easy, and then making the modifications to the function layers that I wanted. So I have my own custom profile in there. I will share that custom profile below if you want to see it. The nice thing about the programmability or the programs that are inside this is that they're actually on device. So when I programmed it off my Mac, because you do need to use your Mac to program it, they work perfectly on my iPad. All the media keys work as expected, no problems. Now this has a few ways to connect, really two. It's got wired via USB-C, or it's got 3 Bluetooth profiles. And I really didn't think, this is one of my favorite features, I really didn't think it was going to be a thing though, because I'm quite happy with the Keychron Bluetooth connectivity. It connects, it works fine, it switches devices, reasonably easy, it's not a big deal. But this is so much faster. Like it's not even, like I could probably switch the profile back and forth 4 times in the time that, and type something in the time that the Keychron switches, right? The Keychron, you'd hit the function key, select a profile, and you'd wait, 5 seconds or so, and then you start typing and it would work. This happens essentially immediately without issue. And I love it. I love it. That's it. I just love it. At the beginning, I did have a small issue with Bluetooth connectivity. I paired it, I unpaired, and I had some issue with the pairing, and I couldn't get it to repair on the profile I wanted for my iPad anymore. But that was easily resolved by just going into the configuration software, wiping the Bluetooth profiles, and starting over. And since then, no issues. No lag, no connection issues, switches fast, super clicky, excellent feel. That's all I've got right now. As with pretty much any mechanical keyboard, in the box, you're going to get a keycap puller. You're going to get some highlight keys. I had a couple pink and purple highlights to mine just because my girls liked it. I didn't actually care. And I ordered a set of custom keycaps from drop.com, which you'll find in the show notes below. They'll be coming in October, and I'll be switching out then to some lighter colored cool keycaps. Kind of look like old IBM style keycaps. As far as switches go on this, I went with Kale Box White, and they are delightfully clicky. I really like them. My other switches are, I think I have cherry brown, and I don't remember what the other one is. Something that's brown. Like, they're just not as clicky. So this is a much more clicky switch. And I love the sound of it. I really like the Kalebox white switches. They're clicky and wonderful. As far as daily usage goes, I find the battery lasts me about 2 full weeks. I do not use backlight though. I have never used backlight on any keyboard, no fancy backlight, nothing. I just don't actually care. So if you are using backlight, you may find that you will find that you get less, really. There are a bunch of backlight options. I really don't turn them on ever. It's got a bunch of different colors. You can switch them. I honestly don't even know how to do it as I talk about it because I turn them off, I turn them back on, and that's it. Well, let me see. Can I guess? Function 8 checks battery, and that's really nice because you have function 8, and then shows green to red, kind of as 10 keys for your percentage. Function 9, or second function 9, puts on whatever profile you have, and function 0 turns it back off. And function 9 repeatedly switches it. You can also actually go into the software and program it key by key for whatever color you want. So if you like backlights, there's lots of options. I don't like them. I don't care about them, so I never worry about it. One surprising thing I found with this keyboard is that it's so small. I actually took my iPad out of the Initech case that I usually used it in because I just didn't want it. The Initech case is good if you're going to use it as a like on the desk keyboard. It's great that way. But if you're going to be, we're mostly stuck working at home because there's no, just actually last week, coffee shops opened for working, but I'm not going to one. And so I find that, say, around the house, I just grab the keyboard and take it upstairs and use it. I like that. The other thing I love about this keyboard is that it has an off switch on the Bluetooth. So I got little kids and basically all the devices on my desk are off if I'm not sitting at it so that they don't play with stuff because they play with stuff. And at least it does nothing if they're clicking it and they're just typing for fun. I'll make one other note here before I give you my recommendation. Some people said with the N Pro 2 they got a swollen battery or a damaged battery in some fashion. I opened mine up when I got it. There's no damaged battery. It's fine. You certainly could put a new battery in there. There is more space if you wanted that. I found my battery glued down. I didn't really want to just pry it off because I don't have a battery, and it already took me 2 months to get it because of COVID. So I didn't want to wait and see if I wrecked it and have a problem. So there is some instructions linked below from Reddit on how to take it apart. And there's even an image link through like how to, here it is all apart. Super easy. I took it apart, no problem. My final question is always, should you buy the N Pro 2? If you like a keyboard that's small, then yeah, it's a great keyboard. If you really need a number pad, clearly this is not the one for you. If you really have to have visible function keys you can see, not the one for you. If you're looking for a solid keyboard that, my goodness, that Bluetooth switches well and connects really well, and that is programmable and is easily programmable on Mac or Windows, this is a great keyboard. I love it. I love the tap arrow keys. At this point, I think I found the keyboard that's for me. I certainly don't have a plan on buying a new one right now. Yeah, no plans on buying a new keyboard at this moment because this is an excellent keyboard. If you like the video, you can give me a thumbs up below. If you love the video, you can subscribe. Then you hit the bell. When you hit the bell, YouTube tells you things are happening. But make sure you turn your device notifications off because you got better things to do with your time than wait for YouTube notifications. You should, I don't know, probably go hang out with your kids, stuff like that. Have an excellent day.